7 of the auspicious Kartik month. So let us begin with prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Today is a very special day. Today is Kartika Ekadashi. Today we all observed fasting. And also Tulasi Puja is done today, and a very special day. So today the theme is I bow down to the rope. So we are at the fag end of the Damodara Ashtaka. Last 4 sessions, 4 days left in this auspicious Kartik month. So let us see the last stanza of Sri Damodara Ashtakam. The 8th stanza is Namaste Studamne Spuratipti Dhamne Tvadiyodharayatha Vishwasya Dhamne Namo Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam. So this is the last stanza of Sri Damodara Ashtakam. Let us see the translation. In the last stanza, Satyavrata Muni is praying, O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes. There is a principle called Madhurena Samapayet. End it with a sweet. End it on a sweet note. So that is what Satyavrata Muni is following here in the last stanza by again offering obeisances to the belly of the Lord, to the rope which Mother Yashoda used to tie the Lord around his belly, and most importantly, obeisances to Srimati Radharani, who is the most beloved of Lord Krishna, and also obeisances to the Lord. So the prayer began with obeisances, if you remember, Namami Ishwaram Satchidananda Rupam. It began with Namami, and the prayer is also ending with Namaste. It is ending with obeisances. So our whole process of Krishna consciousness is nothing but bowing down in front of the Lord, offering our obeisances in front of the Lord. So let us see the first line of this 8th stanza. Namastestu Dhamne Spura Deepti Dhamne. Namaha. Namaste can be split into Namaha Te. Te means unto you, unto the Supreme Lord. Namaha means, we have discussed this so many times, obeisances, to bow down, to recognize that nothing belongs to me, everything belongs to you, O Lord. That is Namaste. Namaste Astu. Can we display the text, please, once again, that last stanza, the last slide. Astu. Astu means may it be. So Namaste Stu Damne. Damne means to the rope. Namaste Stu Damne Spura Deepti Dhamne. Can we have that last slide once again displayed, Santosh? So Namaste.
Yes, Prabhu. I'll show it in a minute. Yes.
So Namaste is a very important word. So we generally use this to greet people around us. Namaste, 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 we keep saying. So te means unto you, namaha means I bow down. I bow down unto you. So why do we bow down? We bow down recognizing our insignificant position in front of the Supreme Lord. So namaste actually symbolizes humility. I am insignificant in front of you, O Lord. You are greater than the greatest. And in front of you, I am insignificant. I am nothing. So, this is the actual purpose of bowing down. You see, in the olden days, when our ancestors they used to construct temples, we always see temples are mega structures, very big. You may be the richest man in the town, you may be a very powerful person, but you will not have a house, you will not be living in a house as big as the temple of the Lord. So, why such mega structures? Why temples used to be so big, grand, huge? Because as soon as you see that big, grand structure, there is a kind of humility that comes into your heart. You feel like bowing down, folding your hands, because see, the Lord is so powerful, Lord is so great. His house, the place where he lives, is such a huge structure, isn't it? This kind of a thought should come in our mind. That is the intention why the temples generally are very big structures. Another thing, if you have noticed, ancient temples, the doorstep, the main door into which you enter to have darshan of the Lord, that would always be low. The height of the door, Garbhagudi, would be low. Why? Because you have to bow down and enter. You have to bow down and enter that temple because you may be thinking, I'm such a big man, I have not bowed down in front of anybody. But when you come to the temple, you have to bow down, at least because of the height. So that's how some of the temples, ancient temples, if you see, they used to have very low, entrance. The height would be low so that everybody could bow down. If you have seen in some temples, you can relate with it. So namaste means I offer my obeisances unto you. I bow down. Astu means may there be. The word astu and asti means there is. Asti means there is. So, those who say that there is God, they are called astika. Astika means they say asti, there is God. And those who do not believe in the existence of God, they are called nastikas, means they don't believe. So astu means there is. So namaste stu means may there be my obeisances unto you. May my obeisances be always unto you. That is the meaning of namaste stu. And damne, like, okay, coming back to the word astu, you must have heard this tathastu in many, maybe some devotional movies or some. Tathastu means what? Astu means maybe, tatha means may it be so. So if somebody is asking some vardhan from some devata, so the devata will say tathastu. Tathastu means may it be so. I am granting that wish of yours. That is the meaning. That is the sense of the word astu. Now, Damne, whom is Satyavrata Muni offering his obeisances? Whom is he bowing down in front of? In front of the Dama. Dama means rope. Unto the rope around the Lord's waist. Hmm? Spurat means splendorous, which is dazzling brilliantly. Deepti Dhamne, effulgent abode. So this is the continuation to the next line of this shloka. So, namastestu damne. First, let us examine this. Satyavrata Muni is saying, I bow down in front of the rope which Mother Yashoda has used to bind Lord Krishna. So, we will see the next part tomorrow. First, we will just talk about the rope part today. Namastestu damne. Now, the question is, It is understandable that we have to bow down in front of the Lord. But why should we bow down in front of the rope? The rope is a material thing. And Mother Yashoda has used it to bind Lord Krishna. So why should we bow down in front of this rope? That is a natural question, isn't it? Now, the answer to this question is that rope with which Mother Yashoda bound Krishna is not an ordinary rope. There are two understandings for this. The first one is it is not ordinary because it is binding the Supreme Lord, who is not an ordinary person. Anything connected with the Lord is not at all ordinary. Anything connected with the Lord is extraordinary. In fact, the scriptures say the name of the Lord, the form of the Lord, the activities connected with the Lord, the devotees of the Lord, the prasadam of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, and anything connected with the Lord, they are all extraordinary. They are all actually of the same nature as the Lord. Therefore, there is no difference between the Lord and His holy name. There is no difference between the Lord and His form. There is no difference between the Lord and His leelas, His activities. Everything, anything connected with the Lord is of the same nature as the Lord. That is the meaning of the Lord being the absolute truth. Absolute means one without a second. So when we say the Lord and His holy name are identical, what does it mean? It means whatever experience a devotee can have by personally meeting the Lord, the same experience a devotee can have by chanting His holy names. Whatever experience Arjuna had by personally talking to Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra and hearing from him the Bhagavad Gita, the same experience even today we can have by studying Bhagavad Gita. That means the instructions of Krishna are not different from Krishna. That is the meaning of absolute. So the Lord and His words are of the same nature. Both are spiritual, both are absolute. So therefore, the rope with which Mother Yashoda tied Lord Krishna, it is not ordinary. Because it has got connection with Krishna, the rope also is worshipable. Now, this is a very important concept we have to understand. You might have seen this, especially in South India, this is nicely followed as per my understanding. Whenever by mistake your leg touches another person, by mistake your leg touches another person, what do? We touch that person's body and do like this. We keep it on our eyes or we keep it on our head. We touch that and keep it on our head, or we bow down in front of that person with our hands folded. Why do we do this? Is it just a ritual? No, there is a lot of significance behind this. The understanding is an advanced devotee sees every person's body as a temple of God. Krishna is present in every person's body as the Paramatma. Therefore, every person's body is a temple for me and it is worshipable for me. You see, this is the thinking of an advanced devotee. In the Bhagavatam, it is said, a neophyte or a beginner in bhakti thinks that God is present only in the temple. But when one understands further, makes progress in spiritual life, he thinks, he understands that God is present in every person's body as Paramatma. He is present in my body as Paramatma. Therefore, my body is also temple of the Lord. So therefore, I have to keep it clean. I have to keep it clean, so that the Lord is present in my heart. I can feel the presence of the Lord. And when others come in touch with me, they should also feel the presence of God. This is the thinking of an advanced devotee. That is why, that is the reason why, if by mistake our leg touches somebody's body, we actually counter that offense by either bowing down or by touching that person with our hand to our head. That's a way of showing gratitude, showing our respect to the Lord present in our heart. So, Idam hi Vishwam Bhagavan Ivetaraha. It is said in the Bhagavatam. We will talk about this tomorrow anyway. It is connected with tomorrow's session. But here, anything connected with the Lord is worshipable. That is the first point we have to understand. That is why Satyavrata Muni is saying, I bow down in front of the rope. I bow down to the rope because it's not an ordinary rope. That rope has become spiritualized because of the touch with the Lord. It has become spiritualized. Srila Prabhupada gives a nice example. Suppose you take a piece of iron rod, piece of iron, and put it in fire. What happens? The iron, being a good conductor of heat, it starts becoming hot and hot and hot, becomes red hot. And at one point of time, the iron is no more an iron piece, it is as good as fire. It can also burn any object if it comes in touch with it. That means because of the constant touch with the fire, the iron rod has become like fire. It has acquired the property of fire. In the same way, any person or any object, if it is in touch with the Lord, it becomes spiritualized. Srila Prabhupada uses a very interesting word. He says, if you chant Hare Krishna mantra constantly and associate with Krishna through the sound vibration constantly, you become Krishnized. Krishnized means you acquire the same quality as Krishna. You come back to your original position as Satchidananda Vigraha. You also become, the soul's original properties are awakened. This is called becoming spiritualized. So why is Satyavrata Muni offering obeisances to the rope? Because the rope is in touch with Krishna's spiritual form. Therefore, the rope is no more material, it is actually spiritual, it is of the same nature as the Lord. This is a very important concept we have to understand. I said today is Tulasi Puja, Tulasi Vivaha, Tulasi Saligrama Vivaha is conducted. Tulasi Puja is done today especially. So why we have to worship a plant? People may think, oh, the Sanatana Dharma, what is this people doing? They're worshipping some animal, some tree, some plant. What is this they are doing? Have they gone crazy? Sometimes people say, this is all some superstition, blind belief like this. But actually, people talk like this out of ignorance. They don't know what they are talking. Actually, Tulasi, why we worship Tulasi Devi, Tulasi plant? It is said, Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha. Why we worship Tulasi? Because Tulasi is very dear to Lord Krishna. Anything that is connected with Lord Krishna, any person or any personality who is engaged in the service of Lord Krishna is actually worshipable. Right? Just like, just like, suppose you say, I only respect Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of our country. I don't respect the government officials who are working under him. I don't respect the cabinet ministers, the other ministers of various departments. If you say like this, actually it means you are disrespecting Narendra Modi. You are verbally saying I'm respecting the Prime Minister, but you are not at all respecting his representatives. What does it mean? Actually, it means you don't have respect for the Prime Minister. But in our Sanatana Dharma, we see everything as connected with the Lord. And especially those personalities who are fully engaged in the Lord's service, they are called pure devotees, Bhagavatas, Mahabhagavatas. Those who are connected with Bhagavan, They are called Bhagavatas. And the Bhagavatas should be shown the same level of respect that is shown to Bhagavan. It's not that they have become God. They are not God. They are servants of God. They are representatives of God. But because they are so dear to Krishna, because they have engaged so nicely in the service of Krishna, they are respected as good as Krishna. They are worshipped in par with Krishna. This is the meaning of worshipping Tulasi Devi. Tulasi Devi in Vrindavan is a gopi named as Vrinda Devi. And this Vrinda Devi gopi, she does very confidential service to Radha and Krishna by decorating the forests of Vrindavan, which gives pleasure to Radha and Krishna. And Tulasi Devi's, Vrinda Devi's service is so much appreciated by Krishna that Krishna takes pleasure in wearing garlands of Tulasi. Tulasi Vanamala, Krishna is called. He wears Tulasi garlands. That is the position of Tulasi Devi. And she is also called Bhakti Devi. Anybody who bows down in front of Tulasi Devi, Tulasi Maharani, who is manifested in the form of a plant in this material world, that Vrinda Devi Gopi is manifested in the plant in the form of a plant called holy basil or Tulasi in this world. So anybody who actually bows down in front of Tulasi plant, it is said they make advancement in bhakti. Because Tulasi is a pure devotee, by her blessings, we can also get bhakti towards the Lord. This is the reason why we bow down in front of Tulasi. So in the same way, this rope, which is actually decorating the waist of the Lord in this Damodar Leela, it is not material, it is all spiritual. Therefore, we bow down in front of this rope. Now, another reason why this rope is worshipable, one reason I told, because it is connected with Krishna. Anything connected with Krishna is as worshipable as Krishna. That is one reason we saw through the example of Tulasi worship. Now, another reason why we bow down in front of this rope, if you recall in one of the lines in the same Damodara Ashtaka, it is said, Bhakti Baddham, Damodaram, Bhakti Baddham. Lord Krishna, who is the supreme personality, who is the supreme controller, all powerful personality, he is bound not by a material rope, but he is bound by bhakti, pure love of Mother Yashoda. So Krishna is bhakti baddham, he is bound by devotion. So what does that rope actually indicate? That rope is nothing but rope of devotion. It is the rope of devotion. And that is why we bow down in front of this. That is why Satyavrata Muni is saying, I'm bowing down in front of this Dhamma. Satyavrata Muni is not a sentimentalist. He is a pure devotee. Pure devotee means he has both bhakti and he has jnana, knowledge. It's not that simply out of sentiment he's saying, I bow down in front of the rope. No, that rope is nothing but bhakti. And bhakti is the only way to conquer Krishna. Krishna himself is demonstrating that in this Damodar Leela. And that is why bhakti has to be worshipped. I bow down in front of bhakti. Krishna says, I cannot be known by karma, I cannot be known by jnana, I cannot be known by yoga or any other process. I can be known only by bhakti. Therefore, bhakti is a totally transcendental process. You know, one of the acharyas in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara called Rupa Goswami, he gives a list of 6 qualities of pure bhakti. And one of the 6 qualities of pure bhakti is Krishna Akarshanīya. Pure bhakti attracts the attention of Krishna. Actually, God's name is Krishna. Why? Because he is all attractive. Krishna means what? Sarvam Karshati iti Krishna. The one who attracts everyone and everything, he is called Krishna. But there is one thing which attracts even the all attractive Krishna, and that is pure love, bhakti. Anybody who has this pure love called bhakti in their heart, Krishna becomes sold out to such a person. That means how great this bhakti process is. If somebody has this qualification called bhakti, he is so great. What makes a person great? It is not through material riches, it is not name and fame, it is not none of these. Those people who have developed pure bhakti for the Lord, they are really great in the eyes of Krishna. Therefore, when we say, when Satyavrata Muni is saying Namastestu Damne, I bow down in front of this rope, it means he is bowing down in front of the process of Bhakti Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga is the supreme process. It is called the topmost yoga system. In the sixth chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, at the last, Krishna says, in the first six chapters, Krishna describes different kinds of yoga processes. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Sankhya Yoga. He talks about Dhyana Yoga, all these things. And finally, Krishna tells the conclusion, what is the topmost yoga? Who is the topmost yogi? Krishna says, Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yuktatamo mataha. Krishna says, that yogi who is constantly meditating upon my form with great faith, he is the topmost yogi. He is the greatest yogi. The word bhajate in this shloka means bhakti, devotional service. So one who is practicing devotional service, Krishna says, is the real yogi, the topmost yogi. So what about all other types of yoga systems? They are all preliminary stages to bhakti. Karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, sankhya yoga. They are all preliminary stages, and bhakti is the topmost process of bhakti, because only by bhakti one can understand Krishna, one can enter into a loving relationship with Krishna. So this Damodar Leela, Krishna has performed to glorify the position of the process of bhakti yoga. To glorify Bhakti Yoga, Krishna has performed this Damodar Leela. Krishna is saying, look, great yogis are sitting and meditating upon me, but they can't catch a glimpse of me. But Mother Yashoda, because she has pure love for me, she is not only able to catch me, but she is also able to bind me. Therefore, I get conquered only through the process of bhakti. One last point I will say, then we will chant. This rope of bhakti, this rope is nothing but bhakti, as I said, and Krishna gets bound if you have bhakti. So this rope, if you catch hold of this rope called bhakti, then I give you an example. You might have seen a famous painting where Krishna has come on the Garuda Vahana, and he is, he's extending his hand, trying to lift a person, a devotee who is drowning in the ocean. If you have seen that picture. So there is a devotee, there is a person who is drowning in the ocean, of huge ocean, and he is not able to come out. You may be an expert swimmer, but you cannot cross an ocean by swimming. It is very, very difficult. This material world is compared to samsara sagara. Sagara means ocean. Samsara means repetitions of birth and death. So on our own, we cannot swim across this ocean and reach the other part of the ocean, or the shore. It's not possible. So Krishna mercifully extends this rope of bhakti. Hold on to this rope, and I will pull you out of this ocean. This is why we should bow down in front of bhakti. Why we should become bhakta? Why should we become devotee? Because devotional service is the only rope which will help us to get pulled out from this ocean of repeated birth and death. That is why Satyavrata Muni is saying, I bow down to this rope called bhakti, because only through bhakti Krishna gets attracted to me, and I can get out of this material existence, the repetitions of birth and death. I can put an end to all the miseries of my life. So let us also choose to catch hold to this rope of bhakti every day in our life. We should hold on to this rope of bhakti. It is a mercy of the Lord which is coming to us through the spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. We should hold on to this rope. And the main process by which we can hold on to this rope of bhakti on a daily basis is Shravanam Kirtanam. Hearing about the Lord. Every day we should hear about Krishna from Bhagavatam, and Kirtanam we should chant the holy names of the Lord. So through these two processes, Shravanam and Kirtanam, we can strongly hold on to this rope called Bhakti. So let us now, we did Shravanam so far, let us do Kirtanam now. Let us chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra together for 1 minute. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare. Thank you. If anyone has any questions or any comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Santosh.
Prabhu, rope is usually a symbol of confinement and symbol of uh, just like we tie uh, various things together. So rope is a symbol of confinement or symbol of negativity in one sense. But because it has been used in Krishna's service, it became purified, or
Yeah.
is it just because it is an association of Lord, it's worshipable?
Yes. Rope generally, as you rightly said, it confines us, it binds us. But here in this Leela, because the rope has been used to bind Krishna, and Krishna is showing that I'm ready to get bound by the ropes of devotion. Therefore, that rope is not ordinary. That's what I was telling. So rope is worshipable because it is connected with Krishna. Yes. And also this rope is nothing but rope of devotion because bhakti baddham, Krishna is bound by devotion. So we have another word in the Sanskrit for rope called as guna. Guna means qualities. Guna also means rope, another meaning of the word guna. So when we say three gunas, sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna, these three gunas are binding us, right? So if you want to get rid of the influence of the three gunas, which are binding us, we are like string puppets, and three gunas are confining us, taking away our independence. Then Damodara Ashtakam is saying, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam is saying that you should take up this rope of, catch hold of this rope called bhakti, which has come mercifully from the spiritual world to pull us out of this confinement. So we always take up a superior thing. Only when we find a superior thing, we give up an inferior thing, isn't it? So in the same way, just like we gave up playing with toys. As children, we were playing with toys, but we gave up that for a superior engagement. What is that? Maybe to go to school, or to, when we understood, oh, knowledge is so important, so we gave up our playthings and we paid attention to our books or to our studies. So always in life, we give up lower things for a higher thing. In the same way, The lower things are these three ropes, Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna, which are binding us. The higher, now if you give up this rope, there should be some other rope to hang on to. And that is the rope of bhakti, with which even Krishna gets bound. So therefore, we are getting bound by the three gunas ropes. Krishna is getting bound by the rope called devotion. And that is why the rope of devotion is worshipable. So if we want to become free from the influence of these three gunas, these three ropes, hold on to the rope of bhakti. That is the lesson. Does it answer your question?
Thank Yes, bro. Just in continuation, bro.
Yeah.
In the past time, as we know, the rope displayed something mystical features such as it was getting short and was getting elongated and so forth.
Yeah.
So does it mean that rope was person there in that Leela or was just any other matter?
No, that was happening because of the will of Krishna. Krishna is not an ordinary person. That's what we will see in tomorrow's session. So Krishna is an unlimited personality. How can an ordinary rope bind him? That is why every time Mother Yashoda was trying to bind Krishna, the rope was becoming 2 inches short. So Krishna, who is otherwise unbound, Krishna, who is otherwise not we cannot bind Krishna with ordinary rope, but with the rope of bhakti, he agrees to get bound. That is the meaning. So Krishna cannot be bound. Krishna is showing that in this Leela, that ordinary rope cannot bind me. Finally, after seeing the efforts put by Mother Yashoda, Krishna agreed, okay, I will get bound. Only when he agreed with that same rope, she was able to bind. So rope is not a person here, but rope became short because of the will of the Lord. And with the same rope, later Mother Yashoda was able to bind Krishna with the will of the Lord. Finally, bhakti means to accept the will of the Lord, subordinate yourself to the will of the Lord. That is called bhakti. And as we discussed earlier also, two things are required to bind Krishna. One is our cheshta, our endeavor. Second is Krishna's mercy. Krishna's mercy will come when he's convinced with our efforts that we are genuinely trying to love Krishna. When he's convinced, then he will give us his mercy, by which Krishna becomes revealed to us. So the rope is bhakti. So shall we close the session?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I had one more doubt.
Yeah.
Prabhu, you say Krishna is absolute. So
Yeah.
that means there is no difference between Krishna, his name, his qualities, his attributes, his paraphernalia, etc. So
Yeah.
can you say this way, Krishna and Krishna Bhakti both are identical? And as a result, when that time you say that Krishna gets attracted towards pure devotion, attracted by pure devotion, even though Krishna is all attractive. So in that
Yeah.
way, can we say that actually Krishna is getting attracted to himself? Otherwise, if Krishna is getting attracted to something else, then he is not all attractive. Like, for
Yes.
example, some people say that Radharani is so potent, she can attract even Krishna also.
Yes.
Why? Because she has that devotion. So if Radharani can attract Krishna means attract Krishna, then Krishna is not all attractive in a way. So how can we understand this? Is it that Krishna is getting at people say that Radharani is nothing but the energy of Krishna, so he is non-different from Krishna. So Krishna is actually getting attracted to himself. So same way, if Krishna gets attracted to pure bhakti, which is actually non-different from Krishna as Krishna is absolute. So it is perfectly okay to say that Krishna is getting attracted to himself in another way. Is this
Yes.
understanding correct, Prabhu?
Yes. So when we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, what are we requesting the Lord? Hare means energy of the Lord, Radharani, right? So we are requesting the Lord, O spiritual energy of the Lord, Hare, O Supreme Lord Krishna, O Lord Rama, please engage me in your service. So Srila Prabhupada explains that right now we are under the influence of illusion, the inferior energy. And chanting Hare Krishna or engaging in bhakti is requesting the Lord, my dear Lord, please transfer me from the influence of inferior energy of yours under the influence of superior energy of yours. Because that is a very favorable situation for the soul. Being under the influence of material energy is making us miserable. But coming back to our original spiritual energy, coming under the influence of Hare, the spiritual energy of the Lord, Radharani, that gives us real bliss, because in that, under the influence of spiritual energy, we can understand Krishna and our relationship with Krishna. So, becoming devotee means to come under the shelter of Radharani, who is the spiritual energy of the Lord. And by Radharani's mercy, we will be able to please Krishna. Because Radharani is already a pure devotee of the Lord. She is already rendering first class service to the Lord. Radharani is already attracting the Lord. And Radharani is internal energy of the Lord. So therefore, coming under the shelter of Radharani is the process of devotional service. Transferring ourselves from Mahamaya to Yogamaya, or the spiritual energy, internal energy. And that internal energy enables us to develop bhakti, pure bhakti, which will attract Krishna. So yes, Krishna is getting attracted to his own internal energy. That is bhakti, Radharani. We will talk more about this in the day after tomorrow's session about Radharani. So hope that
Okay.
answers.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you. Yes.
Thank you. So we will close the session here. Thank you very much for patiently sitting and listening. Last 3 days remaining, Kartik month. Please try to chant more, try to hear, read more, and try to do more devotional service the last 3 days of Kartik month. Thank you very much once again. Shri Kartik Deepotsav Maha Mahotsav ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki jai. Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.